Right there, the second one.
And have we got news for you? You better listen. Get ready, all your lonely girls, and leave those umbrellas at home. All right. It's rising. Rising. Problems getting low. According to all sources. What sources now? The streets the place to we better hurry up. Cause tonight for the first time, just about half past 10. For the first time in history, it's gonna start raining men. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna let myself get absolutely soaking wet. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Every special man, tall, blind, Lord to need, rough and tough and strong and mean. God bless Mother Nature. She's a simple woman too. She took for the heaven, and she did what she had to do. She got every angel and rearranged the sky so that each and every woman could find the perfect God. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
And hello out there, and it's Raining Men right here on the Shrink and Wrap Show, right here in Clearwater, Florida at 106.1 FM Tan Talk Radio. Welcome to my show, and my name is Tracy. I'm your host, and I thank you all for listening out there. And I just want to say that Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, what a wonderful community, Dunedin, Dade City. We welcome all the listeners, and this is your community station. And by the way, I'd like to thank DJ Avery here today, and it's Raining Men, and he's one of the men here. So how are you doing, DJ?
I'm just lovely. How about you, Tracy?
I'm doing good for the moment. And do you know who sings that song?
I didn't until I was staring at it right here on the computer.
See?
What a fitting name, the Weather Girls.
See, you learn something all the time on my show. My show's all about something that means nothing, kind of like that Seinfeld episode, and that is my show. So the Weather Girls. So that's kind of cool, isn't it?
I love it.
And it's all Raining Men. And the reason why I picked that song today, is I picked that song because I'm going to have nothing but male artists today. And some of these are some new songs. Some of these are some new upcoming artists that sing some great songs. So you're going to want to stay tuned here, Tan Talk Radio on the Shrink and Wrap Show. So hopefully we'll see if you know some of these new artists that are up and coming. But what is the Shrink and Wrap Show? I know a lot of you out there driving around wondering what is the Shrink and Wrap Show and who is she? Well, the Shrink and Wrap Show is where I typically have shrinks. I actually have 5 licensed therapists that come on my show and have been for 2 years. This was just a simple idea. I was only going to do one show. And so the shrinks come on, they offer suggestions and opinions with the topics that I pick. And then I usually have my wraps, and my wraps are all out and about today. I've got some floating in pools. I got some working. I'm like, listen, let's take a break. We have overthought everything. So let's just take a break and listen to some good music today. So it's only me solo today. I don't have much experience, so I'm kind of faking it till I make it. And DJ Avery is going to help me. And actually at 3:25, I'm going to be doing this live from my car. for the first time. So we ready for that, DJ Avery?
We're ready.
Okay.
On
so
the move, on the fly.
on the fly is right. So fake it till you make it for sure. So before I go to my loosen up song, I would first of all like to let everybody know that this is suggestions and opinions, the entire show, and always has been. And also, I'd also like to thank my sponsor. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. It is a community station, and I give out shout outs to people that are good in our community. I give out shout outs to businesses that are good in our community. And for 2 years, this show has floated through love and friendship and kindness. And that's all I really want on this show. It's a simple show. I'm sorry, it might not stimulate you too much, but look, DJ Avery just learned something about the Weather Girls. Right?
I do. I think it's a fantastic name for a good band. I love band names.
You love, I do too. And it's interesting, the stories behind them. Like, there's so many stories. We should have a show about that too, where the names came from. Right?
Yeah, I wonder where Pink Floyd came from.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, let's have a show on that and do our homework on it. What's your favorite music, DJ?
Music type?
Yeah. What do you like?
People my age call it dad rock.
Really?
So Led Zeppelin.
Oh, Led Zeppelin.
80s,
Well, we're
70s,
the birth
80s,
of Led Zeppelin. Are you kidding me?
90s Nirvana, Pearl Jam, that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
Pearl Jam. Yeah. Listen, you were born from us. Those were all our songs, by the way. But I love that. I love that the younger generations love the old school songs. Pearl Jam was amazing. Led Zeppelin was amazing. What's your favorite song?
In general?
Yeah, with Led Zeppelin.
Ooh.
What's your favorite Led Zeppelin song?
Led Zeppelin.
Not to put you on the spot.
You totally are.
Okay, well, I'm going to shift gears, but think about it.
I don't want to say Stairway to Heaven because it's so cliche, but it's a fantastic song. It really is.
Let's get a piece of that. And before we do that, I want everyone to hear Led Zeppelin because we're going to share, for those of you who do not know who Led Zeppelin is, we're going to wake you up and we're going to inform you who he is. So when he pulls that up, I also like to remind everybody on this show, the lyrics of the music. They're so important. And this show is based on really, we don't want anyone to be alone. We just want you to join our friendship group. When I have people in here, this is what we talk about when we go to lunch, and we're just including you in. So it's to lift you up and lift your spirits up and to make you because you do matter. So do you have that song?
I sure do.
All right, let's take a listen to Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. And she's buying a stairway here. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have meaning. In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven.
And that kind of starts, that instrumental is so cool. What reminds you, where do you go when you listen to that song? Where's your head go?
A road trip. These are the kinds of songs that I would listen to when I was driving up to see my grandparents in Middle Georgia.
Oh.
So generally speaking, these kinds of songs make me think of those road trips.
And that's what I love, because it shifts your focus somewhere else, and then it takes you to a good place. So I love to hear that. And that's what the show's all about. It's a little bit about therapy, suggestions and opinions from my shrinks, songs that offer therapy to shift your focus in a negative day, if you're having a negative day or a negative world. And then my friends give their suggestions. So I love to hear that. And today is all about men who are artists that sing great songs. So I love that. So you have another one. You said Dazed and Confused. Can you give me about 45 seconds of this, your favorite Dazed and Confused? And I want to know what that reminds you of.
Let's pull it up here.
Let's pull it up. All right, this is Dazed and Confused by Led Zeppelin.
Been dazed and confused for so long, it's not true. Wanted a woman, never bargained for you. Lots of people talking, few of them know. Soul of a woman was created below.
So shall I ask what Dazed and Confused means to you, Avery?
It could mean anything. Dazed and confused in the Led Zeppelin sense, I'd imagine they're talking about love life.
Okay.
Personally, that's what I think. But for me, Dazed and Confused is about being so busy and having so many different things going on at once that I can not stay focused on one specific task within that concoction of things going on.
Well, welcome to my world. And I'm getting ready to do that in about 7 minutes. That would be multitasking, but Dazed and Confused. So, but it's so, what I love what you just said, because that's what we talked about. And I actually recommend everybody to Shazam these songs that you love, and then understand your meaning of it, because everybody has their own meaning. You have your meaning, but then what the songwriter wrote it about is always so much fun too, and to know what it really means. There's some songs that I thought had a love story to it, but then it had another meaning to it. So I love that. So thank you for sharing that with me. And DJ Avery, how did you get started in radio?
My dad did radio a long time ago when I was a kid, right here in this very seat.
Oh, he
and
did.
Ages before that too, in Philadelphia.
Oh.
My dad was a music producer.
No way.
Music producer, DJ, disc jockey, all that good stuff. And my interest in radio stems from watching him do his show 2 nights a week right here in this chair when I was 7 years old. And that's how long Lola's known me for.
Wow, that is amazing. Well, I did not know that. Well, thank you for sharing that. And that's why you have that radio voice and you're so professional. So you carry the baton on, right?
I did. That's a genetic trait that was passed on down to me.
But that's good. That's good. It's a gift. So good for you. So I'm glad you're here. And we met maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Right. So thank you for being here, and thank you for being patient with me. And on that note, you're going to help me carry this, because I'm going to be dazed and confused at about 3:25 when I'm going to be doing this live from my car. So let's do this really quick. I have, again, Songs Mean Everything, Shazam 'em. It's a free app where you can listen to the songs of your favorite music, but listen to the lyrics and songs, because you don't have to be alone where there's so many wonderful songs out there. So today I wanted to focus on some of these upcoming new songs that are coming out. and male artists, because I typically always have women on. A lot of guys don't want to come on the show. It's so funny. They're always welcome to come on. But I thought, you know what, I'm going to feature male artists today. But before we do that, I would like to wish someone a very, very special birthday. First of all, the father of my child, it's his birthday weekend. So happy birthday to him. Without him, I would not have my son. So happy birthday. And then I would also like to wish a special birthday. I'm going to let everyone guess the name of the next person that I'm wishing this next birthday to. And you just mentioned it. And let's play that next song that I have. And I'll let you guys guess. It's an easy one.
I met her in a club down in Old Soho, where you drink champagne and it tastes like Coca-Cola. Cola. She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. I asked her her name, and in a dark brown voice she said hello, hello, la 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 la. I'm not the world's most physical guy, but when she squeezed me tight, she made it grow my spine. Oh my Lord, la 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 la.
So, can you guess whose birthday it is?
Happy birthday, Lola.
Happy birthday to Lola. And for those of you out there, this radio station is amazing. Is it not?
I concur.
Yes. and
Wholeheartedly.
It's amazing. I almost feel like it should be a tour to go through, because the vintage style, I mean, like your dad was here. There's a lot of history here. And this is our community station right here in Clearwater, Florida. So I want to give a big shout out to Lola, who is an amazing woman who I absolutely look up to. She's carried the baton to keep this place going. Radio has changed a lot, and she's still keeping it alive, but is so needed, in my opinion, especially for community. I don't think we should, eliminate radio. I don't, because, if everything's eliminated at one time, we need everything. Okay.
She not only takes care of the station for the community, but she's actively involved in the community, and she shows up at the city council meetings and does all that good stuff. So truly a warrior of our community.
A warrior. And the thing is too, she's always dressed for success amazingly from head to toes. And she loves to have fun, and she works with people. So her energy, when anyone's around her, goes up. And I really admire her. Happy birthday to you, Lola. We will have a celebration again. That's part 1. Part 2 will be when everybody's in the show next week, and we will be going out afterwards to celebrate you. So thank you for being you. And thank you for punking me, because I did 2 years of radio because of you. I was only going to do one show, and somehow I'm doing 2 years. So thank you, Lola. We love you. And Juno and Zelda, her doggies, we love them too. So thank you for everything that you do in our community and for who you are. So with that being said, now what I wanted to talk about today. So I'm going to be in my car in about 3 minutes, but I'm going to take a lead with the songs that I have coming up. So I'm going to switch over. Let's go to, and I'll let you know when to play it. Nice to Meet You. And this is by Miles Smith. And then I think what we'll do is we're going to play that. It's a 3-minute song. I think I'll have time to get in my car. And Miles Smith, and that's going to lead to a guy by the name of Ryan Montgomery. He's going to be singing Whiskey and Smoke. That's a new song, a wonderful song, and I'll be talking a little bit more about it. Then we have Train coming up. He has a new song out called Broken Hearted, and I'll talk a little bit about that in my car. And we're going to close today's segment with Beautiful Things by Benson Boone. And these are kind of new artists and new songs that I just love. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to dedicate this to men today. And we will be hearing from Renee, our entertainment host, in between. So DJ Avery, you can get Renee and I on the phone at the same time.
I shall.
Okay, so don't start the song out, because I'm going to book it. I'm going to say goodbye. Goodbye, Lola. Goodbye, Juno. Goodbye, Avery. And I'm going to run to my car. Do you think we can do this?
I think we got it.
All right, we got it. Well, if not, you're gonna have to take over the show. Just don't cuss on the show or nothing. You know what I mean? Like she gets a fine.
I do have a foul mouth, don't I?
No, but I have to tell you, when they come on, like there's radio rules. There really is, and so you kind of learn as you go, right?
Someone should tell this to those guys at the Bone.
The Bone. No, they're funny.
They are funny.
I like
that was
the
a
Bone.
joke.
Yeah, I like the Bone, and they're all great. So anyway, all right. So play the song as long as you can, and if I'm not in my car, then go to Whiskey and Smoke. Okay. All right, here I go. Take it over.
Lonely in this crowd, I sit alone. Oh, one more drink away from heading home. Oh, I could feel the night slipping by. Away from me. And she caught my eye through the light, and she came right up to me. She said, oh, hi, nice to meet you tonight. Maybe we could go dance, get up off our feet. She said, this life is forever one song here together, then let's play it on repeat. We could dance all night. We could dance to the morning light. Let's forget about our worries and the wild road outside. She said, oh, hi, nice to meet you tonight. Maybe we could go dance, get up off our feet. We could dance all night. She took my hand and led me through the dark. Oh, she said, feel the beat, forget the broken heart. Oh, and I can feel the night slipping by, away from me. And I saw the light in her eyes, glad she came right up to me. She said, oh, hi, nice to meet you tonight. Maybe we could go dance, get up off our feet. She said, this life ain't forever one song here together, then let's play it on repeat. We can dance all night. We can dance to the morning light. Let's forget about our worries and the wide road outside. She said, oh, hi, nice to meet you tonight. Maybe we could go dance, get up off our feet. We can dance all night. We can dance all night. She said, oh, hi, nice to meet you tonight. Maybe we could go dance, get up off our feet. She said, this life ain't forever one song here together, then let's play it on repeat. We could dance all night.
Hello, Avery. Are we connected?
We sure are.
We are. Well, thank you. That was a good magic show, wasn't it?
I think we nailed that.
We nailed it. We did. Am I echoing?
You are not. You sound perfect.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. To the listeners, too. So, again, you're listening to the Shrink and Wrap Show, and this is your community station. So thank you all for listening to 106.1 FM. So that was a song called Nice to Meet You by, do you know who it was by, DJ Avery?
I just had it.
Miles Smith.
Miles Smith. I haven't heard of him before.
Yeah, and I love that song. Did you like that song?
I did. I love the melody. It's very, very, that's the kind of song that I would listen to if I was sitting on a beach chair with a beer in my hand.
Yeah, and it's just uplifting. But what I loved is he's like, we can dance all night long. And that's what it's all about in life. You only get one life to live. So with that being said, I want to transition into this next song. And I'll tell you about Dancing All Night Long. But let's take a listen to Ryan Montgomery, Whiskey and Smoke. you feel things. This is one of those knowing when you see it, can't believe it, chick, girl, you know the deal things. There's a reason this bed's right where we wanna be. There's a reason girls like you go for boys like me. We go together like whiskey and smoke, red dirt on an old back road. We go together like love in the middle of the night, like you laying here just feels right. Go together like one life, to small sounds. Girl, the way you're looking at me right now, it ain't hard to see. You and me just go like whiskey and smoke. Girl, you know we got that good bang. Little crazy, but we love that. Yeah, I like the fuse, and you can take a drink. You pour it on and I'll throw it back. We go together like whiskey and smoke, red dirt on an old back road. We go together like love in the middle of the night, like you laying here just feels right. Go together like one life, to small towns, and girl, the way you're looking at me right now, it ain't hard to see. You and me just go like whiskey and smoke. There's a reason this bed's right where we wanna be. And there's a reason girls like you go for boys like me. We go together like whiskey and smoke, red dirt on an old back road. We go together like love in the middle of the night. You laying here just feels right. We go together like one night, to small sounds, and girl, the way you're looking at me right now, it ain't hard to see. You and me just go like whiskey and smoke. Like whiskey and smoke.
Are we on?
We sure are.
We are. Okay, you're listening to the Shrink and Wrap Show at Can Talk Radio right here in Clearwater, Florida. And that was Ryan Montgomery. I actually just met Ryan Montgomery live this weekend. And what a great guy. And what I told him, I said, I am going to help promote you in the Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete area. And I'm going to let everybody know why. I want to give a shout out to this guy because I found him through a video where he actually was so concerned about the hurricanes, the damage, and he donated 100% of his proceeds from his concert. So I thought, gosh, we're gonna give back to you because you had so much concern about what we went through. So that is Ryan Montgomery, Whiskey and Smoke. Listen to him. His girlfriend is absolutely stunning. They are the cutest couple. They are probably my favorite couple right now next to Kelly and Mark, because I love Kelly and Mark from live. But did you like that song, DJ?
I did like that song. And I think that what this guy's doing is very nice. It's what you said, that he the care that he's showing for our community. That's very cool. It reminded me of what's his name? Daddy Yankee, when he went to Puerto Rico and did the Despacito video in the damaged neighborhood of La Perla.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, to me, and that's wonderful. Anyone that helps out, that's what caught my eye about this. And I like to give attention to people that are doing good and not the ones that are doing the bad stuff. And the thing is, too, this guy did it from his heart. He didn't do it for popularity. So there's a difference of that, too. So Ryan Montgomery, we thank you
And I will be playing your song again. And you'll go from, I wish you the best. So I wanted to ask you, DJ Avery, have you ever gone line dancing?
No, I have never been like, it sounds like fun, but I don't really know who I would do that with. Believe it or not, Tracy, I can't dance.
No, yes, you can. Never say I can't. You don't even know if you can dance because you haven't done that yet.
You're right. I'm unfamiliar with how to dance well.
Yeah. Well, my thing is I can't really do an 8 count myself, but this is what I want to share with you. So Ryan Montgomery gave away tickets on air. Or, he gave away tickets. So that's actually how this whole thing happened. But his event was at a place called Cowboys Dance Hall. And it's in St. Pete. And I can't really look down right now, but it's line dancing. And I've never line danced. And I had so much fun. And I just want to give Cowboys Dance Hall a shout out because it was such a fun place. I did not even know it existed. So how many of you out there in St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa have gone line dancing? You should think about doing it because it's so much fun. So anyway, I'm going to get you out there, DJ. We're going to plan a day where there's going to be a line dancing instruction. I've got a connection over in Tampa, and we're going to set that up. Are you in?
I'm in. That sounds like a lot of fun.
All right, you're in. So I definitely wanted to give a shout out. And let me say something about Cowboys Dance Hall. The owner's going to come on the show. I hope to get him on the show. I just got to get in contact with him. He said he would. But I wanted to let you guys know that all the employees were dancing while they were doing their job. And that's a happy environment. So I thought that was pretty cool. So it's a happy place, clean place. Loved it. Check it out. And that's where Ryan Montgomery was. So that's all I have to say about that. So let's move on to our next song. So DJ Avery, you were with us when we were talking about a modern world of dating.
I sure was.
What's your? Am I echoing? Am I good? Can everybody hear me?
No, you're perfect.
So everybody can hear me out there without echoing. I'm echoing, so I can get through it. But what was your take on that? Modern world of dating.
I could talk about this for an hour.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have many shows about it, so you have plenty of time.
It's tough. I kind of have this sense that, and this is perception, so maybe I'm not entirely accurate, but I'm living it. So from my perspective, I feel like there's this disconnect between, I call it strangers because you don't actually know every person when you go out and, to a bar or a restaurant, whatever, unless you're Lola. Lola knows everybody.
Yeah.
But the thing is, people seem to be scared of talking to strangers these days, especially the people in my age demographic, the people in their mid-20s. Like when I go out and try to just have a couple drinks and find some people to talk to up in Gainesville, I find that people are out with their little group of friends and they only want to talk to their little group of friends. And I end up drinking a couple beers and going home and don't really talk to anybody because people aren't really seeking that. I'm the only one seeking it.
Do you think the phones and texting has been a problem because everyone's so used to being in their phones and they don't communicate?
I do. I think that's a huge part of it. Social media specifically, because it's such an interesting topic of discussion because social media has enabled us as humans to interact with anybody and everybody at any given time, right? You can be pen pals with someone in South Africa or Russia, and you can talk to each other at the drop of a hat as if you're sitting right next to each other. Yet,
but what's missing?
What's missing is the human the eye contact, the body language. It's all that you can't simulate that over text message or email. And
exactly right.
I also think applications like Tinder, Bumble, while they tend to serve their purpose to an extent, people need to remember too that these services are businesses and they're out there to make money. And as an economics major, what's the number one way to drive yourself out of business when you're serving a segment like that? It's if you're too good at your job and pairing people up left and right and getting people married, then you're not going to have any customers and you're going to put yourself out of business. So it's a game too. Personally, I don't think they want you to find someone. Their real goal is to keep you on the app, swiping, looking at their ads so that they can generate revenue.
Right. And you know, can I ask you, DJ, how old are you? Is that okay to ask you? Okay, if I ask you?
How dare you? 25.
How old? 35?
25.
25. Wow. So I find that interesting that the 20-year-olds, and I've heard it too, 20, 30, 40-year-olds, where it's a challenge to find someone dating, and that really bothers me. So it's good to hear that I think you agree that the human interaction, probably without the phone, is needed.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think
so people, I think I'm glad to hear it from a 25-year-old.
I think it's something that'll get better as time progresses. You know, like I think that as people grow up, they tend to realize that the whole phone thing is just, it's not fulfilling. And as you know, as you get a little older, you start to realize that there's a world right around you that you're not even interacting with because your face, you get your nose looking at a screen all the time. So I'm guilty of it too. Don't get me wrong, but I try to be conscious of it so that I'm not oblivious and get to a point where I can't fix that, you know?
Right. It's an addiction a little bit, but the thing is, I think a lot of men are afraid to approach women if their head's in their phone. And it's always, or if they're taking pictures of themselves, or vice versa, men too. So people need to get out there and live and feel alive. And I think there's a lot of good to social media, but when it comes to dating, it works, but I think you should add the other part of it too, right?
Right. Well, I also think it'd be easier if most women were like you, Tracy. You're very outgoing and approachable, and it's not exactly the case with younger women in their early 20s.
But I think it's the phones. I think hopefully those patterns will break. And but thank you for that compliment. I'll take it. So that leads me to this next song. I have about 5 great. You like Led Zeppelin. One of my favorites is Train. And there was a specific song that I was going through a tough time that I connected to. But my entire life, I've always turned to songs for a shift of focus of things that might have been good, bad in my life. So, but this next song is going to lead to my next topic, and it's by Train, and it's brand new. You heard it first on the Shrink and Rap Show at TAN Talk Radio. Let's take a listen to The Brokenhearted.
I've been lonely, waiting by the phone. No one calling, drinking on my own. 7 days a week, I spent them all alone. And I know you're not coming home. The other night I heard our song. Had to tell the driver, turn it off. You don't know love until it's gone. And all I want to know, what can heal the broken hearted? Someone help me out. Two hearts to work when they're not wanted. Someone tell me now, could I love again? Or is it left for dead? Or was my mama sick? 'Cause I just don't know. I can heal the broken hearted. Can someone tell me now? I still sleep on your side of the bed. Whiskey dreams and too many cigarettes. You're the reason that I got nothing left, 'cause I know you're not coming home. The other night I heard our song. Have to tell the driver, turn it off. You don't know love until it's gone. And all I wanna know, what can heal the broken hearted? Someone help me out. Hearts still work with me, and I want it. Someone tell me how. Could I love again? Really forget. I wish my mama said, 'cause I just don't know what can heal the broken hearted. Can someone tell me now? Someone help me out. Someone tell me now. Could I love again? Really forget. I wish my mama said, 'cause I just don't know what can heal the broken hearted. Can someone tell me now?
And that was Train, brand new song. You heard it right here on the Shrink and Rap Show. And that was called The Broken Hearted, which ironically, that lines up with everything we've been talking about with modern dating. Because when you've had a broken heart, you get out into a new world. And or if you don't have a broken heart, you're still in the world anyway, but you might be dealing with someone that has a broken heart. So, Avery, when we were talking about modern dating, and I appreciate your input. Do you remember Donna Kay? She was on our show.
Right.
She's in her 70s. And Donna Kay was on our show talking about dating in her 70s and getting on the app and the communication. Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Donna Kay because speaking of broken, not just a heart, but she recently broke her right arm and right leg. And I just wanted, isn't that terrible?
Yeah,
right after the show. No good. But I want to say, Donna, I hope you feel better and sending prayers out there for quick healing. And so she came on and talked about dating, but I had a feeling I was going to be on hold for a little bit. But we are going to be talking to Renee on the line yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. We had Renee, if you're listening, we're waiting for you to call in, girl. So we had Renee on, and we were talking about the term alpha dog.
Right.
And it seems like a dumb, I don't want to use the word dumb, but it just seems like a term like, why that? But in the dating world, it's a big term.
Right.
So we turned it into soup. And it was just a little bit too much. But anyway, we're going to have a series on dating. And the next dating topic will be love bombing. So Renee is going to come on and talk a little bit about love bombing. Are you familiar with that?
I'm not.
David?
I am not at all, actually. I'm a little curious. What exactly are we talking about here?
I think love bombing, I don't even know. And that's what I want to know. That's what we're going to talk about on our next show. But I think it's kind of leading people on. Love bombing and getting their ego stroked, and male or female. And it's an interesting term. And gaslighting. And well, I don't know about gaslighting.
Yeah.
What terms do you know in the dating game?
Cheater.
Okay, let me ask you this. Is somebody cheating if you go on a date and they're dating somebody else? Is that cheating? What's cheating? What's the definition of cheating to you in dating?
We got Renee on the phone.
Oh, we do?
We sure
do. Can you answer that really quick, Sal?
Sure.
Because I'm here. Renee, thank you for being on. Join our conversation now. Hi.
What was the question again, Tracy?
Well, what I'm curious to know is when you're dating, how do you date multiple men? And you're out with one guy Friday night, another guy on Sunday night. Is that cheating?
I personally think it depends on the circumstance, like how far both of these, we'll call them relationships just for the sake of the conversation, but how far have they progressed? A perfect example would be that recently I spent about a week speaking to a very nice girl up in Gainesville. She's a dentist student at the university, and things seemed like they went really well. And then the day before I was supposed to meet her for lunch, she sent me a text saying that she couldn't meet me for lunch because yada, yada, yada. And it wasn't so much a blowing me off moment. It was the fact she explained that she said that she had been on a couple of dates with another person previously, and the conversation sort of fizzled out, I guess. And she told me that they spoke the previous night, and apparently there was more there than she had originally thought there was. And so she reached out to me to let me know that, you know, she didn't want to lead me on, and she was going to focus her efforts into that because they had already been on a couple dates, which I totally respect and understand. And so it kind of goes into your point. It's like, is she cheating? No, because what she's doing is she's playing the numbers game. Why sit around with, you know, if you've one person that you're talking to and been on one or two dates with, like, you don't know anything about the future of that. So it's in your best interest to keep looking at the same time until you know for sure that one of those is going to go somewhere.
I absolutely agree with that.
Do you, Renee? What do you consider date? What do you consider? And I appreciate you sharing that, DJ Avery. But to me, it's like, I don't even know how you could go to dinner with somebody else if you're at dinner with one guy the night before. That to me is cheating. I don't know how you can grow from that.
I don't think you can. You really can't. It's what he said. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to put that kind of time and energy, not even that, the time it takes to get to know somebody. You and I, Tracy, I believe I'm speaking on behalf of you and I. We're from the another way of thinking, another generation of thinking. You court somebody, you take time with them, you learn about them, you find out the seat of their soul a little bit, what your commonalities are. That is a long period of time. So
yeah,
I think when you go out and you're just, I would say you're just going out to date and meet people, just meeting people.
Yeah.
Not making it a date.
We don't want to criticize it just because it is people are out to meet people because they're lonely and they want to get out. But to me, I really feel like one person needs to speak up and have good communication and saying, are you seeing other people? Are you dating? I think it's very important to make that clear. And until someone says we're only together, then that needs to be said, in my opinion.
How do you do this in the world of this dating app, and you're swiping and you're meeting one person for lunch and supposedly another person for a cocktail at happy hour, and you spend 15 to 30 minutes? How do you know somebody like that?
Right.
Forget it.
I agree with that because the applications world itself has changed the dating game in that sense. You could be you could be having a very good conversation with one particular woman or man, and at the same time they're talking to 6 other people, whereas that was never a thing before the apps.
And that can't be good for anybody's self-esteem.
Is 25. DJ Avery is 25, and so he's so impressed the same way. Yeah,
and I'm impressed with that because that's a mentally mature and emotionally mature young man right there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're on. We've got 5 minutes left, and I really appreciate DJ Avery putting his input in today. Yeah, and it was all about male artists. But Renee, when you came on last time, we turned Alpha Dog into soup. I don't want to overthink stuff or anything, but leading into our next segment, what is our topic going to be?
Love bombing.
Love bombing. Tell us,
definitely,
and the listeners, what love bombing is, because I don't really know. Tell me what love bombing is.
Well,
in 2 minutes.
This is just a very simple breakdown before I tell you about Memorial Weekend. But love bombing is somebody that you meet, and let's just say they know a little bit about you, and then they just throw a ton of things at you at once. They tell you you're so beautiful, that you're the most beautiful person they've ever met. They give you all these luxury things and nice dinners and dates, and then in literally 5 dates, you have a different relationship. And then to me, that's basically the bottom line. It's called love bombing. They're giving you everything up front to see where you stand right then and there. And to me, for other reasons.
Okay, well, will you save the rest for the next show? Because that's going to be our segue on the Shrink and Wrap show at TN Talk Radio next Thursday, same time, same place. So we have about 2 minutes before our closing song for the events this week, and I thank you for that. And you'll be on next week to talk about love.
I will be there.
You will.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right.
Okay, guys. Well, because it's Memorial Weekend, it's a lot of events and festivities that are kicking off the summer with. But first of all, we do have to acknowledge the day to remember that we have many military guys and women sacrifice their life for our freedom. So we're going to honor all those fallen heroes. If you guys want to do stuff, there's about 30 events across the region this Memorial Day weekend. It offers ways to celebrate and explore and unwind. But for a full schedule, because I could be here all day telling you, you should visit tampabay.com, and it'll tell you where everything is for the Memorial Weekend. As a matter of fact, we got festivals in the weekend called Soul Breeze Food Truck Festival that's happening at Curtis Hickson Park, Saturday, May 24th. Starts at 4 p.m. You can visit allevents.com and you can buy tickets. We have a Friday night down in St. Pete, a band called Spilling Peaches. It's an Allman Brothers tribute band. It's at the Palladium Theater. That's at 7 p.m. Okay. Concert this weekend is Healthy. Healthy will be at Florida Amphitheater. It starts at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then comedy.
You got to end it now. Yeah.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye, by Benson Boone. Have a great week. Enjoy the beautiful things in life.
And I see my family every month. I found a girl my parents love. She'll come and stay the night, and I think I might have it all. And I thank God every day for the girl He sent my way. But I know the things He gives me, He can take away. And I hold you every night, and that's a feeling I wanna get used to. But there's no man as terrified as the man who stands to lose you. Oh, I hope I don't lose you. Please.